There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate.
Well, you're still getting used to your new grades.
Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it. Oh, that works.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this greatsword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago.
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day. It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well. I still can't guarantee that this area is...
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What a...
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' work. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike. It's just as they say, each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible? What if they used some...
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun. Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. But at least we've reached some other conclusion. Yep, that's true. So, can we think of strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately. Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's real. Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theory? How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city. back early today. Did you find something new? Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also are... leaving the city. As far as I remember... We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back? Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it. It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know... Really? That's kinda strange. In theory... Yep. Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the button. Our memories are back! About that... What? Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in. It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay, let's go!
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But what if things get really weird out there and you... Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together. Okay. Paimon will wait for you. Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick and please. Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you again. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look. Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she understood what... Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day. Okay. Paimon will forgive you you. The most important... Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective? I see. Using two people's different perspectives. After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant. No way! Paimon was... What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have... I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden, but this way, we'll also never discover what's outside. Something like a message? But how can we send it back? Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me. Yep, now we're talking. I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already To make something like this? Nahida, you really... Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee... We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking... Let's go then. Let's expose those all right. Paimon isn't... Okay. See you tomorrow, That covers everything that's happened so far. Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we... Okay. Now that you understand what's going on...
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty, except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you but everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. There's another part here. You only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces? Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep. The message. It should have come from the traveler's After the beep, Traveler said, even... Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Was that space actually the real world? But... my impression is that each day in this samsara... all the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city... that doesn't...
after the sound of the beep, the final... Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new Paimon's head is spinning. Just what...
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, so no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to...
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That... Hey! Where are you going? Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away. Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up.
You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival? Okay, first off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
We've already experienced the Sub-Zero. Okay, Nahida said the Akata. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence. Those spaces the moon illusion. People in Sumer. That doesn't sound right. We are all in a dream.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their... And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they... Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this? The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. It is the manifestation of the god. It compiles the wisdom of the entire and it grants knowledge to the people.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the... But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're... In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blunt. The real story is that the sages from the academia are using...
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god. Those spaces kept disappearing. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, that doesn't sound... We've already experienced... That doesn't sound right. My mind feels... The beep is a prompt tone. Grand Sage said, go... Those dreamscapes kept...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and people wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is...
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an...
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real life
Alright, last question. Who am I?
Now that I think about it... They say that I'm...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything... Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us, and it's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon...
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more... You asked me this question before. Now that you know this is all a dream, have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already... Secondly, you're probably wondering why That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival, they don't...
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest.
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream in him. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's festival.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this?
You might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put it...
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday?
Even you don't know the reason?
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter... Traveler, do you have any information?
Okay, Nahida said... those space... Grand Sage said, go celebrate...
Celebrate the birth of that god, could it mean? Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. After we end the Sub-Zero's festival, Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the academia do this behind...
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again. Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No.
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass,
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. You know, speaking of which, the old
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way, so that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still... far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the Samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sub-Zero's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many, find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens,
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, and even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
it's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, as for me, during this time, I'll be out of
town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
Yes, I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this, Samsara, need to end.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But yeah, saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Huh, that's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida. So, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sub-Zero's festival, right? Pretty core character. Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm...
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
Oh, is it that obvious? After what when she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy sub... What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years, 100 years, I'll serve her till the end of time. Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're...
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
Guess he isn't the host of this stream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad... Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you. You... Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting. Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup.
A new punch lucky today.
Shine down! Wind Strider!
You want this
Following orders.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad would have... Oh, and speaking of her, remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, she said it was because she had forgotten something? Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around. Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably... This is the place! It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission. Hey, the windows are unlocked! Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek. This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table. Should we open it? Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this, even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of... If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey! Where are you off to now? It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Dunyarzad still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come... What? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into... The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency.
How did things turn out like this? Traveler? You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
Traveler.
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste. Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisarahs went extinct after her death.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisarahs in memory of the goddess of flowers.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisarahs? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice. Dunyarzad, did you find these?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So how?
Yeah. What's going on here? Huh? You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try. Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host! What a surprise! Purple Padisarahs don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu? But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host. How should we make Nilu realize that?
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity...
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro-Archon, I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried. The Dendro-Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, You're off to search for the Dendro. In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the academia.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story?
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting...
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can. The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sub-Zeros.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the long... Paimon's head feels super heavy. Paimon thinks it was at the Sub-Zero's festival. Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero Samsara? Quick, take off your Akasha terminal. She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What usual spot?
Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Oh, Traveler Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream, and I saw Nilou performing the dance of Sub-Zeros.
you. Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we... And... Dunyarzad, did you save her?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the traveler's favorite bench?
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's...
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long though, where both will gradually fade until they completely... I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment too soon.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved me.
At the Avidia Forest, there was this incense that made the traveler...
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said...
Yeah! So you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was...
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That, as you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from
the Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, time up. But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about...
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen... No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Earth. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine... To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha...
How did you do that? Poor Cat.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as there were... The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As lesser... I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually...
hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So what about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, at that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata and I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the god.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need... Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom. There has never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumer. I wonder what caused them to go down this path, even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange. I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. I think they're deliberately trying to hide some—
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage.
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them. You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Yeah, it's been such a long time.
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like
Misdirection?
The sage has convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationale, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of it. Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sage— By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams. You mean how the Akasha—
Yeah,
It's not that no—
misdirect.
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being— even if the— with their— beside. Anyway, by now, even those who— Got it! I hope my answers were satisfactory, Seeker. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us.
What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up.
I see. I should fit.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.